Hey, welcome to what's today? June 30th, 2022. I'm Rudy Maxa, travel broadcaster and journalist and writer, and my colleague Tommy Danielson, who's Mr. Frequent Flyer expert and partner in our small luxury European tour company called maxatours.com. You can find information by going to maxatours.com. He's joining me, and we do this, probably try to do it 4 or 5 days a week to bring you up on what's happening in travel. Tommy, good to see you.
You too, Rudy. How are things? Back from California to Minnesota. What is it, like polar bear temperatures?
No, we're having a heat wave. It's like 90%. I could be in Washington, D.C., my hometown, for all of this day. 90 degrees and 60% humidity today at 4:03 in the afternoon Central Time. So, no, it's no. I'd much rather be in L.A.
79 right here, not right now. That's in Northern California. So
Yeah, well, I can't afford to live in California, as you know.
that's a shame.
I'm a poor working journalist, so
that is a surprise. You know, it's like you also maybe I should send you a razor blade. It looks like you haven't shaved today.
I shaved yesterday. I'm fine.
Okay. I don't think the Colonel would appreciate that. But let's see what we got going on today. So I have three things. You wanted me to get us started?
Sure, go ahead. I have three things as well.
All right. So I wanted to talk a little bit first about a little bit of an incident that happened last week. Or actually, yeah, it happened last week, and there's some reports that are emerging now. We get a little bit more of a, and I love it the way that they're using an Alitalia plane, which is kind of ITA Airways is the new Alitalia after bankruptcy. The government started pumping that as the gig. So what apparently happened, what we know so far, is that the Alitalia ITA Airways or ITA Airways or whatever you want to call it, they had a 330-200 Airbus, like the one in the picture, that ran into and clipped a Air France Boeing 777.
Where? On the runway? On the runway?
On the ground at JFK.
Oh,
so that is not good. What's happened after that, usually when that happens, is that you go back to the gate, you inspect the airplane. It'll be most likely a cancellation because the structural thing needs to be inspected. The Alitalia plane, they kept on rolling. They took off and headed to Rome. And the air traffic control got on the horn saying that, hey, we had Air France contacting us that you ran into them. What happened? Well, there was no damage on our plane, so we decided to leave.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Without inspecting the plane, and when it landed in Rome, it was actually, the plane was grounded for 3 days. So they obviously were making some repairs to it. It was on the ground for
unbelievable.
And for those wondering, the French guys, so they are it was damage on the plane when they landed, and it was there for 2 to 3 days on the ground before it's taking off and flying again.
How about the Air France plane?
Still at JFK. Still so damaged that it's still at JFK. This is articles from a couple of days ago, so it's not that fresh. But did you experience damage to the aircraft? Said ATC. Negative, sir. So this is normally that Air France is cautious. It's interesting as hell that, and Alitalia is not. Now this is banana stuff that needs to be broken down to. There could have been severe things happening with that plane that you didn't know about. So
unbelievable. Well, they looked out the window and didn't see anything wrong, so they took off.
Correct. Pretty much. Well, that's the report so far. We haven't heard anything for it yet. But it's alarming that they did that. And I just the first I've ever heard of anything similar happening.
Yeah. Geez, I haven't either. All right. Well, in the happier airline news.
Yeah.
Coming in 2024, Air New Zealand is introducing lie flat seats, 6 feet 2 inches long, 21 inches wide, for economy, for coach flyers.
Well, I think that the word we're looking for here are bunk beds.
Exactly. They are going to be stacked 3 levels with two beds, two beds facing each other in sort of a cabin. So yeah, think about bunk beds stacked up. They're going to have 6 of these sets, I gather. And now, obviously, they're not going to have lie flat seats for everybody in coach. They're just going to. This will be their coach premium. I don't know what they're going to call it. I don't even know if they have an. Oh yeah, they're going to call it Man, I did write it down here.
So here we go. Let me show everybody this thing
Sky
here.
Nest. They're going to call it the Sky Nest.
So if you look at the people here in the photo on the right, you see the people under the Rudy Maxis logo.
There it is,
See if I can
stacked
make
up
it a
three.
little bit bigger.
Three deep.
We'll go to the Guardian hints. Here's how it looks. So it's 3 levels like this. I got to share this.
Now, I can imagine if you have one guy who really snores of those 6 people. Oh my God.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, if you look at the pic, well, that's the same in business class though. There was a guy next to me on my flight over on SAS. He snored like a freight train. So here you go. So there's 2 levels, and here you go. So you see, you have somebody on the ground. You've got somebody on the ground here, and then you got the levels up. So I don't really think that you're taking up too much room. And to be honest with you, airplane food, for the vast majority of it, is kind of crap. So I honestly, what I do when I fly, I want the seat to be able to lay down. So going from Europe to California, it's 11, 12 hours, 10, 11, 12 hours, depending on the speed of the stuff. On the other way, it's 9, 10, 11 hours. Yeah. I want to lay down and sleep. So this is something that I can totally get behind.
Okay. All right.
I mean, who cares about cheap champagne? It's like they serve Piper Heidsieck. Do you buy Piper Heidsieck in your house and drink that?
I have. I'm not, It's
come on, man. You don't buy that stuff.
Well, I don't have any right now, but I've certainly drunk Piper Heidsieck. I don't think there's anything wrong with Piper Heidsieck.
You've got $2 Chuck happening on all the U.S. carriers, and it's just crappy wine that nobody would buy. And, if you fly Air France, sure, you've got Piper Heidsieck. Is great. And you've got some other brands that are good, but I mean, it's not the main reason. Is that the main reason for you to pay for business class?
No, well, of course not. Chardonnay? No, I'm not arguing that. Nobody's arguing that. No, I would rather have a lie flat seat than a glass of champagne, even good champagne, even great champagne, anytime.
Right.
There's very little pride now. Apparently there's going to be a cloth you can pull for privacy there. It must be that.
Yeah,
you can see there.
This is like what they had the trains back in the days were like this. And also there are Japanese ferries and buses and things like that has the same thing. You have beds like this. Japan, it's very popular for sure. So
well, I'd fly it. It's a long way to New Zealand from LA. There's no question. Or
there
San
is.
Francisco, wherever they fly out.
13 hours from San Francisco to LA for.
I'd love to lie in a lie flat seat. Okay, I'm all for it.
I'm looking at it right now. So you have 777s. Definitely, you can do this. It reminds me a little bit of the crew rest upstairs, right?
Yeah, these are going to be in 787-9 Dreamliners.
Right. I think it's a phenomenal idea. I can't imagine. So you would have to. You can take a premium for this, but I don't think it'll be that high, to be honest with you. I mean,
they've been working on it for 5 years, says Air New Zealand. There you go. So they've been working hard on it. What else you got?
That it's you. What do you got? No, well, I'll be happy to do the next one here. Let's go to the so I have the hotels in Europe are getting record bookings, and it's up 11% after the testing requirements were coming up, and
after the requirements for Americans coming back to the United States were dropped. You mean?
Correct. So people were,
or anybody coming back to the United States.
Right. So the issue here, well, you have to be vaccinated as a tourist to enter the U.S., which is something that you don't have to be if you're traveling to Europe.
Right.
But at the end of the day, well, there are some local.
There's some countries that do, yeah.
Countries. So, but it's when I travel there, I had my vaccine card with me, and Go Get Vax California with me. I'm getting ready to get my booster again, but at the end of the day, it feels to me like I just incorporated it in with a flu shot, right? So I think that what we're seeing here is that the U.S. there was a big concern among our customers from Maxa Tours as well. Going
home.
Yeah,
exactly. No question. That's been very good for business for everybody. No question.
Yeah. So we're looking at here, and the increase is just is crazy. We're seeing also prices in Paris is out of the control. I mean, I checked just before going live. I checked earlier today, and the Westin Vendôme, which is a very weak 5-star. I wouldn't call it a 5-star. We're charging like 1,100 euros a night, which is more than what the Park Hyatt, 2 blocks away is. So prices are going up for sure.
Yep.
The gamble is gone, but then we have a recession looming. I don't know how long how we're it's good. You get a good summer and you get to gouge people a little bit for what you make up for a little bit what you lost. But yeah.
Yep. Okay. Charlie Palmer, who's known for being a Michelin-starred chef, has decided to do a brand extension, and he's teamed up with a guy named Chris Hunsberger, who I know used to be the general manager of the Four Seasons in D.C., and I knew him there. He and Chris Hunsberger are going to open some luxury hotels called Appellation or Appellation. And the first two are going to open next year, one in Sun Valley and one right in your neighborhood, Tommy, in Heelsburg, California, in wine country, Napa. And then one in 2024 in Pacific Grove, California. I don't know where that is. Is that up by about all the big trees?
What was the name of that place?
Pacific Grove.
I'm not 100% sure where that is, but I'm looking at it now. Appellation.
Yes. Appellation.
So the 8808 campus set in North Heelsburg, I think that place is already open, right?
No, they say they're all new builds, all three of them.
Okay.
I mean, they may be building it now, but it's going to get open next year, so they probably are building it now. But,
what is this article from? June 9th, 2022.
Let's see.
Celebrity chef Charlie Palmer is opening a Food-Centric hotel in Heelsburg next year. So Heelsburg is, North Sonoma, north of Santa Clara, right?
But it's in Napa. Isn't it?
It's not really in Napa. It's kind of it's kind of north of Santa Rosa. So it's Charlie Palmer area, but that's the gig. So it's supposed to be. So then they made another announcement. Do you have a link to that? Because I couldn't find it.
Yeah. Hang on. Where did
Food Focus Hotel is what they're saying.
Where did it go? Hang on. I just had it up on the screen, and then I just wanted to look up Heelsburg, so I can't. Where is it? Hang on, I know how to get it.
Well, they call it Appellation, but this was done earlier.
This is from. It's from Trip Savvy.
I see it. I found the website. You can look on the screen right now. So it's Heelsburg. It is Pacific Grove, which is where the hell is Pacific Grove? Did anybody know?
That's what I was asking you. You live
Monterey.
in California.
Carlos says it's Monterey. He's right because I see here when I'm reading here it's the cannery stuff. So let me pull it up on the map here.
And while you're doing that, let me correct the fact. You are absolutely right. Heelsburg is technically in Sonoma County. I thought it was in Napa, but it's not. Got a population.
Yeah, we're looking at it's a place that we would So it's the Pacific Grove is technically it's like northern part of Monterey. So when you kind of go north of where it starts, where the so here we go. Let me just pull that over there so you can see it. That's where it is. So here's downtown Monterey, the area, the gig, and all that stuff. And so it's north of where some of the fancy houses are. So that's one of the places they're going to be doing it. And the last place they're going to be doing it is in Sun Valley.
Sun Valley, Idaho.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Which is ski stuff, right?
Yep. No, it's beautiful in the summer there too. As you know, just like all ski resorts, they're pretty much beautiful. Yeah. All right.
So is it? So it's there are mountains in Idaho.
Are there mountains in Idaho? Yeah, Sun Valley is a big ski resort. I've skied there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. You got another one. Go ahead.
I do. I have last one I have today is. Oh crap! I closed the window. That's fun. Oh, Built has extended. So do you know what Built is?
What is what?
Built, the Built Rewards, the new credit card that came out a few months ago. Do you have that one?
BUILT?
Built, BILT. It's been out for about a year.
Don't know anything about it. Don't know anything about it.
Right. It is so Built is it's a company that has a credit card that transfers over to a ton of airlines. One-to-one, which it's a card for rent.
For rent?
Yes. So
you mean to pay your rent with?
You pay your rent with this card. There's no fees involved.
Oh, that's good, because I pay my rent every month with one of my cards, and I have to pay a $60 fee. But that seems to be put on by the management company in my apartment.
Correct. So you have to have. So now they've had some transfer partners for a while. This is for people that rent. That's the main thing with this card. It's also a fee-free card. You don't have to pay for it. But
that's nice.
What they've done, this is not something revolutionary. I think that to me, it doesn't fit into my wallet. There's a lot of yapping about it because
you're not a renter.
It's not. That's just that. Pizza, for example, he's been talking a lot about this card, and it's because we're buddy with all these guys. I'm buddy with Dave Canty. He was in Chicago for the Loyalty Summit. I love him. He's a really smart guy.
With all what guys? The built guys?
The built guys there, and you buddy of Pizza is also there. A guy that
hey, it's 3 points on dining too, by the way.
Exactly.
That's good. That's good.
It sure is. I mean, they're for a fee-free card. It's a good option and things like that. And they have, for those who like to venture into weird areas or uncertain areas of flying, American Airlines, they also transfer over there, which no other card except for some city cards have done in the past. So it's you can transfer over stuff, but they don't have the same amount of transfer bonuses. Like I transfer over to for example, Flying Blue, I get it. There's always a bonus of some kind where you get more for you. So what they've done now, which is it's the next way of doing things, making it more viable to this kind of stuff. And
the point I take away from that, I'm a renter, so I appreciate it more than you do. You're quite
right.
Well.
I mean, I don't think it's a renter's card per se. It's a fee-free card that gives some good. It gets some good stuff. Get some good stuff, and meaning that the 3 miles per dollar spent on dining is absolutely a good thing.
That's very good.
Absolutely, and it's a smart currency and that kind of stuff. I haven't gotten the card yet. I'm not going to waste a credit pull on it, to be honest with you. For me, but it's fair to mention that they are growing. They're doing smart things. The 3x on dining is great. Compared to the other one, the Sapphire Reserve has 3x on dining, and the Amex Gold has 4x on domestic dining. So right. I think that's worth mentioning. That it has some good earnings, because it's a fee-free card, you don't pay for that, right?
Okay.
But then again, so you have your rent also. You have to, you pay the $60 a month fee. Yes, you're pissing away $720 a year.
Exactly. I'm applying.
But at the end of the day, you have the minimum spend on the Hyatt to get your stays, and you've got the new credit cards. You're spending $10,000 over here. Didn't you sign up for the Flying Blue card? You have to spend like 15 grand on that and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know. All right.
But I think that at the end of the day, what they've done now, what's new is that you can, like Chase Ultimate Rewards, like Capital One and all the other guys, they have now linked themselves with Expedia, so you can redeem at $1.25 cents a piece. You can redeem your points towards anything, including if you want to go to Disney, if you want to go to travel to X, you want to buy a plane ticket. Personally, I think it's not the best use of your miles. I think it's better to do their transfer partner. Since you haven't heard of them, I don't want to make this into a built special, but they do it, like you said, the 3x on dining. It depends how much you eat out, right? If
I eat out a lot, but did I understand correctly that you get 1.25 points that you can use buying anything on Expedia?
You can redeem your bill points
on Expedia.
So if you have a plane ticket that's $300, you pay whatever 20 something, 30 whatever about 1,000 points in order to just use it towards cash spend, which isn't the best use of your miles for sure. No, it just isn't.
Okay. All right.
I mean, at the end of the day, for a fee-free card to build your credit, if this was 20 years ago, I would totally get this card. And I also, if you should also get this card, but at the end of the day, you should pay your rent on it, nothing else.
Got it.
I think that, you have the Reserve, you have Amex cards, and on travel, the only thing that they match the Reserve on dining, they're which is for international stuff. But for points on travel and everything else, you get 2 miles per dollar spent. You get on the Capital One card on everything you spend.
Right.
So that beats the hell out of that. And also points on travel. I mean, there are tons of cards and various things that beats that, including airfare, which is 5 miles per dollar spent on Amex Platinum. So I think it depends. I know we've got a lot of questions in here. So let's see. Do we think that Delta pilots would go on strike?
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
I think we're all good to go, and I think we're fine for now. Do you like the Marriott Rewards card? No.
No.
I think that they've made some changes lately. So that if we talk about the Marriott Rewards card, they've made some changes lately. They made a change. We talked about that last week. So when you buy their most premium credit card, which is the what is it called again? The Brilliant? Is that what it's called?
No, that and the Ritz-Carlton card.
Yeah, so the Ritz-Carlton card, I think, is the best Boundless. Is that what it's called? Boundless? That the?
I believe so.
No, the Boundless, I think, is the cheap one.
No.
So here we go. So you have both Boundless and Bold. Boundless is 95. So you have a $95 fee. So I mean, it's just, first of all, if there's you can so here's the value of a Marriott credit card. You get, if you don't have lifetime elite status and you try to get status within the point system, right? Meaning that, so you have platinum status is the lowest tier that you should go for, because it includes, there's so many Marriotts that are breaking the rules and not giving the service they're supposed to now anyways. But in a normal year, if we were to say that, you get free breakfasts at many hotels if you have platinum. So that's the level you should be at. As you can see here at the bottom, you get 15 elite nights per year by having any Marriott credit card. So you can easily get, if you don't stay a lot at hotels, you can have a personal card and you can have a business card if you have, if you sell on eBay, or you don't even have to be a big business. You just need to be registered as such. And you can have a business card and you can have a personal card. It's 15 nights for free for both, which means that having $95 or even zero, there's no annual fee on the Bold card here, right? And that's the big, having those two, then you're 30 nights, you only have to stay 20, and there's always promos and things like that. So it makes it very easy to get up to what's needed for the status. That said, the card that I was talking more about, the earnings you get from these cards, though, it's just not good enough. I mean, you can transfer, you can earn Amex points and you can earn Chase points. The Chase points you can transfer over to Marriott if you want to redeem there, which is a much better earning rate, and that kind of stuff. I think that what is it called? It calls the Brilliant. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I don't know what the.
Yeah, here it is. It's they have, this is the Amex card, right? So
the Amex Brilliant Marriott American Express card.
Right. So the annual fee for this card is $450. The upside with this card was that you got gold status automatically, which is kind of not usually and not a good gig, but you got $300 credit for having this card. Right?
Past tense.
Yes. You still get it until 9/22 of this year. The $300, meaning that you went and you stayed at a Marriott, then you got a $300, if your hotel bill was $300, it automatically credited back to your card. Now they have changed it up to dining credit. So you get, instead of getting that, you get $25 a month dining credit. So you go to a restaurant and you pay with the card, you get $25 back.
But only up to $300, not every month, right?
It's $25 a month, not $300. It's not related to Marriott at all. You can go to Chipotle or whatever. But right. The problem is you have all of these. You got to pay attention to this stuff. Is it good? Is it good for all year? $25 for 12 months? $25 a month, you get a credit for dining. Yes.
Oh well, it's three. Well, wait a minute. You multiply 25
That's
by 12.
$300.
You get $300, right? Okay.
And then you forget, and you're going to forget 1 month that you have that credit.
Of course.
I mean, they did that last year in some other cards. It's just not a good gig. I think it's a stupid move. And then also, why would you entice somebody to go to a restaurant instead of staying at a hotel? I mean, the demand that we're seeing now is going to fall like a rock this fall. So
Right.
why would you entice people to spend money elsewhere versus spending it at a Marriott? I just don't understand. And also, as you can see, earning here, first of all, it's 2 points per dollar spent, but we're talking about Marriott
points.
and Marriott points are worth squat compared to what you get. So 3x at restaurants, for example, and flights booked directly. With American Express, so how do I value a Marriott point? I would value it at 75% less than an Amex point. And Amex, you get 5 points per dollar spent for airfare. At restaurants, you get 4 miles or points per dollar spent with the Amex Gold card. And 2x, the Capital One card is 2x, but we're talking about a currency that's valuable. Not as Marriott's not valuable. First of all, they've already devalued some of the hotels. Next year, they are the whole Marriott system is going to go revenue based. So with that in mind, these points are going to be like Zimbabwe dollars next year.
All right. So, any other questions before I do a last one?
No, I think we got Frank. You and I can have a chat about credit cards for sure in the future. A lot of stuff coming back here, but I think that at the end of the day, we went a little bit over time. Sorry about that, guys.
All right. I'll save my thing's not breaking news. I'll save it for next time we talk. We'll say goodbye.
Yep.
Okay. A reminder, we're doing this show. We're doing this presentation live on 30th of June, 2022. Keep that in mind if you're watching this later on YouTube or on Facebook. Keep that in mind that the information we're talking about is current as of the 30th of June, 2022. I'm Rudy Max and Tommy Danielson. Say goodbye. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Ciao, babies.